Consistency is the secret ingredient that transforms dreams into reality. Imagine planting a seed and watering it just once, expecting a tree to grow overnight. It doesn't happen. Yet, when you water it daily, even a tiny seed becomes a mighty oak. Your life, your goals, your success, these are no different. Consistency is the invisible force that multiplies effort into results, turning ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. Today, we will explore how to harness the power of unwavering persistence and force yourself to be consistent, no matter the obstacles. Consistency begins with understanding the profound power of repetition, a force that shapes not only our habits, but the very trajectory of our lives. Every great achievement, every lasting change, is rooted in the simple, often overlooked act of doing something repeatedly. Repetition is not merely mechanical. It is a deliberate, conscious engagement with our goals, an ongoing dialogue between our intentions and our actions. When we repeat the right actions day after day, week after week, we impress those actions into our subconscious mind, which is the silent architect of our reality. The subconscious does not differentiate between what we wish and what we experience daily. It simply records patterns, and those patterns become the blueprint of our life. This is why sporadic efforts, no matter how brilliant or well-intentioned, rarely produce lasting results. It is the consistent, repeated alignment with our highest vision that allows us to build momentum, create discipline, and ultimately manifest success. Imagine the process of learning a musical instrument. Playing a few notes once in a while might bring fleeting satisfaction, but only through daily practice does skill, mastery, and eventually excellence emerge. Similarly, in life, repeating constructive actions creates a rhythm that the universe recognizes and responds to, turning small daily steps into monumental achievements over time. Each repetition reinforces the belief in our ability to succeed and strengthens the neural pathway in the brain, making positive actions automatic rather than forced. This automaticity reduces the friction that often derails progress and allows us to act from a place of confidence and purpose rather than hesitation or doubt. Understanding the power of repetition is not merely about performing an action but about cultivating a consistent state of mind that remains aligned with our intentions, so every thought, word, and deed contributes to the reality we desire. Creating daily rituals is the practical application of the principle of repetition, transforming consistency from a vague aspiration into a tangible, structured practice. Rituals are not mere routines, they are purposeful actions that anchor our day, providing stability and focus amidst the chaos of modern life. When we establish rituals, we automate our success, removing the constant need for motivation and decision-making that can sap energy and lead to inconsistency. For example, starting the day with a specific set of actions such as meditation, reading, journaling, or reviewing goals primes the mind for productivity and clarity. Each action signals to the subconscious that we are aligned with our purpose, setting the tone for the rest of the day. Similarly, rituals around work, exercise, or personal growth create habitual structures that carry us forward even when external circumstances are challenging or motivation wanes. Daily rituals also cultivate a sense of discipline, teaching us to honor our commitment to ourselves, which is a key ingredient in building lasting consistency. By embedding important actions into the fabric of daily life, we shift from relying on willpower alone to creating an environment that supports our objectives. Over time, these rituals compound as the small, repeated efforts accumulate into significant results. The beauty of rituals lies in their ability to make consistency effortless. Once established, they operate in the background, like an engine that keeps running even when we are not consciously thinking about it. They serve as a bridge between intention and action, ensuring that our highest aspirations are met with steady, unwavering effort. Daily rituals provide the structure and momentum necessary to transform dreams into tangible realities, and they demonstrate that consistency is not a matter of occasional bursts of energy, but the art of embedding purposeful actions into everyday. Disciplining the mind is one of the most essential and transformative steps toward building consistency. The human mind is naturally restless, constantly seeking novelty, comfort, and avoidance of discomfort. It prefers the path of least resistance and often rebels against repetitive actions, even when those actions lead to growth, success, or fulfillment. To be consistent, one must consciously train the mind to act in alignment with long-term goals rather than short-term impulses. This requires understanding that motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, offering bursts of energy that may inspire action for a moment, but cannot be relied upon for sustained achievement. Discipline, however, is enduring. It is the inner structure that allows a person to act even when the mind protests, even when enthusiasm is low, and even when distractions abound. Cultivating discipline involves making a firm decision to do what must be done, regardless of emotional resistance or external circumstances. It is the practice of saying yes to actions that matter and no to distractions that do not serve our purpose. Each time the mind is exercised in this way, it grows stronger, more focused, and more capable of maintaining consistent effort. Over time, disciplined action becomes a habit, and what once felt like forcing oneself transforms into a natural alignment with one's goals. By disciplining the mind, we create a mental environment that supports steady progress, ensuring that daily actions accumulate into substantial achievements and that our intentions are mirrored in tangible results. Focusing on one goal at a time is another cornerstone of consistency that magnifies the impact of our efforts. The human mind and energy are finite resources, and scattering attention across multiple objectives dilutes effectiveness, slows progress, and breeds frustration. When we attempt to pursue many desires simultaneously, we risk creating a life of half-completed projects, fragmented energy, and perpetual distraction. Concentrating on a single purpose allows for deep engagement, sharpens clarity, and accelerates growth. It is not enough to have many aspirations. Success requires choosing the most meaningful goal and dedicating ourselves fully to its pursuit. Focusing on one goal encourages deliberate practice, repeated action, and the cultivation of expertise. It allows us to develop mastery in a specific area, rather than becoming mediocre across many. This concentrated effort also enhances our mental and emotional alignment, as all thought, decisions, and actions are filtered through the lens of a singular vision. With each deliberate step toward the chosen goal, momentum builds, reinforcing the habit of consistency and producing measurable progress that fuels further motivation. Additionally, focusing on one goal simplifies decision-making, as choices become guided by a clear standard. Does this action serve the pursuit of my objective? This clarity reduces mental clutter, conserves energy, and ensures that each action is purposeful rather than scattered. Over time, sustained focus transforms small daily efforts into extraordinary achievements, demonstrating that the power of concentration combined with consistent action can turn even the most ambitious vision into reality. By committing fully to one goal at a time, we harness the full capacity of our energy, talent, and resources, creating a trajectory of unstoppable growth that cannot be matched by divided attention or sporadic effort. Overcoming resistance is an essential element in the journey toward consistency, because resistance is an inevitable part of any meaningful endeavor. Life presents challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt that test our resolve and often threaten to derail our progress. Resistance can take many forms, from external circumstances such as financial setbacks, interruption, or unsupportive environments to internal barriers like fear, procrastination, and self-doubt. The key to maintaining consistency lies not in waiting for resistance to disappear, but in developing the inner strength to act despite it. Every time we confront resistance and persist in taking the right action, we strengthen our resilience, reinforce our commitment, and expand our capacity to succeed. It is through this repeated confrontation with challenges that we build mental toughness and create a pattern of reliable action that the universe recognizes and supports. Resistance should not be viewed as an obstacle to success, but as an opportunity to prove our dedication, to deepen our understanding of our goals, and to refine our approach. Each challenge faced and overcome is a step forward, a reinforcement of our belief in ourselves and in the power of consistent action. By embracing resistance and refusing to be swayed by fear or discomfort, we cultivate a mindset that values persistence above temporary ease, ensuring that every effort contributes to long-term achievement and growth. The act of moving forward in the face of opposition transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results, demonstrating that the greatest victories are often born from the most persistent efforts. Measuring small wins is a critical practice for sustaining consistency because human motivation thrives on progress that can be observed and appreciated. Large goals can feel overwhelming, and when we focus solely on the magnitude of our ambitions, we may become discouraged by the distance between where we are and where we wish to be. By acknowledging and celebrating incremental achievements, no matter how minor, we create a feedback loop that reinforces continued effort and strengthens commitment. Small wins serve as tangible evidence that our actions are effective and meaningful, and they provide the emotional fuel necessary to maintain consistency. For example, completing a single productive task each day or taking one deliberate step toward a larger objective can generate a sense of accomplishment that motivates further action. This approach transforms the journey into a series of achievable milestones rather than a distant, abstract goal. Each small win compounds over time, building momentum and demonstrating the cumulative power of consistent effort. In addition, measuring progress allows for reflection and adjustment, helping to identify what strategies are working and what areas may require refinement. This awareness not only maintains motivation but also enhances efficiency and focus, ensuring that every action contributes effectively to the overall objective. By tracking and celebrating small successes, we create a positive cycle of reinforcement that makes consistency not only attainable but also deeply satisfying. Over time, the accumulation of small wins evolves into significant achievements, proving that the path to excellence is built step by step, day by day, through persistent and deliberate effort that never loses sight of the importance of progress at every stage. That visualizing success daily is a powerful practice that transforms abstract goals into living, tangible experiences. The mind responds to imagery in a profoundly influential way, shaping beliefs, emotions, and ultimately actions. When you take the time each day to vividly imagine your desired outcomes, you are training your subconscious mind to recognize these possibilities as real and achievable. Visualization is more than wishful thinking. It is a deliberate act of mental rehearsal that programs your brain to align thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with your objectives. Imagine an athlete before a major competition, mentally running through each movement, each play, and each strategy. This consistent mental practice enhances performance and builds confidence even before any physical action takes place. Similarly, when you visualize your goals, whether they involve career advancement, financial abundance, personal growth, or health improvements, you prime yourself for action and prepare your mind to notice opportunities that support your vision. Repeated visualization strengthens belief, reduces self-doubt, and creates a sense of inevitability around your success. Each day spent imagining and feeling the reality of your achievements trains the brain to act in ways that make those achievements possible, creating a bridge between imagination and manifestation. Over time, this daily practice fosters clarity, focus, and a persistent sense of purpose, making it easier to stay consistent in actions that align with your deepest aspirations. Using affirmations to strengthen willpower is another vital component in the journey toward consistency, as words carry immense power to influence the mind, emotions, and actions. Affirmations are deliberate, positive statements that reinforce our intentions and remind the subconscious mind of our commitments. When spoken consistently, they help to replace limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and doubts with empowering thoughts that support focused and determined effort. For example, declaring a commitment to act consistently, to remain disciplined, and to achieve specific goals daily reinforces the mental structures necessary for success. Words are not just expressions of thought, they are energetic forces that shape our perception of reality. By repeating affirmations regularly, we embed our intentions deeply into the subconscious, creating a mental environment that naturally guides us toward the actions required to manifest our goals. Affirmations also strengthen willpower by reminding us of our capability, our resilience, and our right to achieve what we desire. They act as daily reinforcements, keeping our focus sharp and our determination unwavering, especially during moments of distraction or doubt. When combined with consistent action, affirmations become a tool for transforming mindset into tangible outcomes, supporting both the mental and emotional resilience needed to maintain progress. Over time, the repetition of positive, purposeful statements solidifies self-belief, enhances clarity, and ensures that each day contributes to the cumulative realization of our aspirations, demonstrating that the spoken word, when aligned with consistent effort, has the power to shape destiny and cultivate unwavering strength of will. Staying accountable is a crucial practice for maintaining consistency because human nature often leans toward comfort, procrastination, and avoidance when left unchecked. Accountability introduces an external factor that encourages responsibility, provides motivation, and creates a sense of obligation to follow through on commitments. When you share your goals and progress with someone who supports your growth, whether a mentor, friend, or peer, you establish a system of reinforcement that strengthens your commitment to consistent action. Knowing that someone else is aware of your objectives and is observing your efforts make it less likely for you to give in to distractions, excuses, or moments of weakness. Accountability also offers feedback, guidance, and perspective, helping you recognize areas that need adjustment and celebrating achievements that might otherwise go unnoticed. The presence of accountability encourages a higher level of integrity and self-discipline, as the desire to meet expectations, both internal and external, pushes you to act even when motivation is low. Over time, the practice of sharing progress and remaining answerable to others creates a habit of consistency that becomes self-reinforcing, as each step forward builds confidence, reinforces capability, and strengthens resolve. Accountability turns goals into active commitments rather than abstract intention, ensuring that persistent effort becomes a natural part of daily life. By incorporating accountability into your routine, you cultivate a support system that enhances both focus and perseverance, transforming the journey toward success into a structured and purposeful path that consistently propels you forward. Recognizing that persistence beats talent is an essential understanding for anyone seeking to cultivate consistency and achieve meaningful success. Talent alone is often overvalued, while the quiet, steady power of persistent effort is frequently underestimated. Many people possess natural ability, yet without regular, focused action, that talent remains untapped and unrealized. Persistence is the force that converts potential into accomplishment, transforming dreams and aspirations into tangible outcomes. Each deliberate action taken day after day, no matter how small, contributes to the accumulation of experience, skill, and results. This accumulation eventually surpasses raw talent, proving that consistent effort is the decisive factor in achieving long-term success. The world is filled with examples of individuals who, through repeated action and relentless commitment, have achieved extraordinary results despite limited natural ability. By embracing persistence, we cultivate resilience, problem-solving skills, and the capacity to overcome setbacks that often derail those who rely solely on talent. Consistent effort strengthens confidence and self-belief, creating momentum that carries us forward even in the face of challenges. Persistence is not about brute force alone, it is about strategic, repeated action aligned with purpose and intention, creating a pattern of reliability that compounds over time. This principle emphasizes that extraordinary achievements are rarely the result of sudden inspiration or inherent skill, but of the steadfast determination to keep moving forward, to keep learning, and to keep acting until the desired outcome is realized. Understanding that persistence surpasses talent encourages us to honor daily actions, value repetition, and embrace the process of steady progress as the ultimate path to mastery and success. Each moment of consistent effort reinforces the truth that what matters most is not what we are born with but what we commit to doing every day, proving that dedication and perseverance will inevitably shape the life we envision.